discuss new chapter, data handling. So in the name itself, we are going to do the simplifications about data. Data is nothing but what? So this is some types of, some branch of statistics. Statistics is nothing but, see, in previous uh, generations, they don't know how to count or whatever. They don't know the numbers even at all. So in that case, how they are going to remember? See, they will use some symbols or particular. See, for suppose they will keep like this. For suppose to remember the number of days, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this month they will use. Etc. So see, whatever symbols or different types of pictures they are using to remember that information is known as it comes under statistical data, and data is nothing but collecting the information that may be numerical or words. Okay, so collection of information is said to be data, and representation of data is there. So in this chapter we are going to learn about what is a data, how many types of data are there, and how to represent them by using a bar graph, double bar graph, pie graph. See, in your 6th class already you studied about how to represent the data by using a frequency distribution table as well as bar graph and next pictograph. Okay, so all those are by using the pictures you are representing data. That's why it is comes under statistical data. Okay, now coming to the information about data. What is mean by data? Data is nothing but collecting either numerical or words, whatever data, collecting the information that is regarding to numbers, otherwise words. So that is known as data, collection of information. Is known as data. We have two types of data. First one is primary data and the next one is secondary data. So in some cases, you will go and collect the data directly, that is comes under primary data. And secondary data means some cases we can't able to approach directly. In that case, for suppose, if you are collecting the information for the population, whatever, for every home they will go and they will find out how many people are there in that. So that is comes under primary data. They only reaching and directly they are collecting the data. Coming to secondary data, see for suppose some person investigating any case. So he will continue with his officer, previous officer, whatever information is given in the file, that information he will take first. So that is comes under secondary data. Okay, data is of two types, primary data and secondary data. And then classification of data means grouped data is there, ungrouped data is there. So that one we don't have now. Afterwards, further topics I will discuss about that. And now, how can we measure the data? So we have to measure central tendency of the data. Central tendency is nothing but which is most effective, means completely what is the representative of the data is calculated by three terms: mean, mode, and median. So especially we are going to learn about what is mean by mean and mode and median of the data. And after that, how we are representing the data by using bar graphs, double bar graphs, and pie graphs. So that much we have in this unit. Okay. In further classes, we have what is meant by grouped data. Means in the next class, that is eighth class, you will get what is meant by grouped data, ungrouped data, and further how to represent a frequency distribution table and graph and so. So now just go through with the concepts of central tendency, measures of central tendency. So we have three types of central tendency measurements. mean, mode, and median. Are measures of central tendency. Now we will see one by one. Okay, what is mean by mean, what is mean by mode, and where in which situations we are using all these three, we will see. Now coming to the mean. So it is also referred as arithmetic mean. Simply we will write AM, arithmetic mean. So observe these examples. Average consumption of rice per child per day is 150 grams. Consumption of rice per child per day is 150 grams. Average age of children is 13 years. Average height of children is 135 centimeters. We just observe all these sentences, average, 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 they are mentioned. Average is nothing but a sum of all people by number of whatever will take. See, you know how to take average of your marks also. Now just observe arithmetic mean is nothing but average only. Average consumption of rice per child per day is 150 grams. That sentence meaning is, see, out of so many people are there, but for one people, how much he can able to eat? Exactly 150 grams is he able to eat? No, maybe that is more than 150 or lesser than 150 for one people. But average consumption, not exact value. For a group of people, for one person, approximately he is taking 150 grams of rice per one day, they are mentioning. So that is the meaning of this sentence. For suppose there are 10 students are there in a room or whatever, and 10 students, how much they are eating? Some person eat more rice or some person eat less rice. We don't know how much it is, but average to represent that entire data as a single value, we are using average. See, sum of observations by number of observations means each person how much consumed, how much rice is used. That one divided by number of persons we have to take. So doing so, for each person, average rice consumption is given 150 grams. It is average is nothing but total representative value. Mean is also termed as average. or arithmetic mean, and it is shortly represented by A, and it is the representative of entire data. Sum of observations by number of observations. And here, if you are changing the value of one observation, that completely affects on the mean also. It is depends on both value of observation and number of observations. Next, average age of children is 13 years. So whatever children are there, age they are there, average age for that particular group, okay, means not exactly 13. More than 13 people are there, lesser than 13 people are there, but average is 13. That's it. Next, average height of children is 135 meters. So some people more than 135 or lesser than 135, but average height of those children is 135 meters. So average we will get by taking the formula, whatever observations they will. So before that, what is mean by observation we will see. Observation is nothing but, now for suppose if I am giving the data regarding to height of the students in a class, height of 5 children, 130 centimeters, 150 centimeters, 135 centimeters, 140 centimeters. Like this 4 children I gave. Now this is the given data. Now whatever data I have given in numerical value only. And remember arithmetic mean deals with numerical data. Okay. So I gave heights of the students in a class. 4 students height I gave. So number of observations means each value is known as observation. Each entry in the data. Here this data is regarding to height, means each person height is one observation. So observation is nothing but each entry of the data is known as observation. And how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 observations. So what will be the average height of that students? The 4 students we need to find. Average we will get by sum of the observations by number of observations. Sum of all observations we have to take. Number of observations. So that's why I am telling it is the representative of entire data. So sum of observations 130 plus 150 plus 135 plus 140. How much will you get? So let it be 145 only. So 5 plus 5 10. 1 will get 5 plus 3 8. 8 plus 5 13. 13 plus 3 16. 1 will get 2 3 4 5 560. And number of observations are 4. So 4 1 are 4 16. 4 4 is 16 0. 140 centimeters is the average height of the 4 children. Okay. And if you are changing any one value, for suppose instead of 150, if you are taking 160, then it will become 570. Average also will become more than that. Yes or no? Means value of each observation is mean is depends on every value of the observation as well as number of observations also. If you are removing this person, then number of observations will become 3. Means instead of 4, we must take 3. Then we will get another value from mean. Okay, so average is nothing but a mean only. Mean is nothing but it is the representative of entire data, and it depends upon each value of the observation as well as number of observations, and it is deals with only numerical data. Okay, and for suppose I'm giving the situation like this. So wherever we are getting group of people, in that case we will use the average only. Now observe the example problem. Earnings of a vegetable vendor. Earnings of a, so it is given in rupees. Of a vegetable vendor. In a week are 200 rupees. So already again they are given 200 rupees. Next 150 rupees. Next 180 rupees, 300 rupees. 160 rupees, 170 rupees, and 170 rupees. Find his average earning per day. Find his average earning per day. Okay, average is nothing but sum of observations by number of observations. Here the data is given for earnings, means depending upon amount. So how much amount he is getting, average amount he is getting per day for that week, how much he is getting, we must see. Means we are equating all the values to one value only. Just observe that average formula is given by sum of observations by number of observations. Sum of all observations by number of observations. And remember, here sum of the observations, sum of items by number of items also we may write. And it will be denoted in simple form as average is denoted by x bar. Average is also called as mean. Okay. Arithmetic mean or average, all are same. X bar is equal to sum of observations, sigma x. Sigma symbol denotes the sum of all observations by number of observations. Okay, this is the simple form. Now, here what is sum of observations we will see. How many observations are given? Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 observations are there. So n value is 7. N equal to 7 and sigma x will be equal to, add all those values and write. So here that data is regarding to earnings. So we will get the same units. Whatever units given in the question, same units will get in the answer also. So 200 plus 150, 350. 350 plus 300, 650. 650 plus 100, 750. 750 plus 80, 830. 830 plus 60 is 890, 990, 1060, and 1230 will get. So add, you will get the answer. Then what will be the result? We will see. Sorry, 1330. So therefore, mean of average of earnings will be given by sum of observations divided by number of observations. So it is given in rupees by number of observations is 7. 7 ones are 7. Okay. 63 will get 7 nines are 63, 10. So average earning per that week per day is 190 rupees. Okay. Means it is not exactly 190. More than 190, 190 or lesser than 190. That's all. So the arithmetic mean is also called as average or simply mean. Average or mean, and it is given by the formula arithmetic mean is equal to sum of all observations by number of observations. So it is in simple form given by x bar equal to sigma x by n. Here n indicates number of observations, sigma means sum. So sum of all observations is denoted by sigma x. Arithmetic mean is represented by x bar. And next, remember, while we properties of arithmetic mean is there, so that one we'll discuss later. Now coming to the properties of arithmetic mean. So with the example, we will see all those properties. Observe this, the ages in years, example problem. The ages in years of players are in a team of 16 years, 16 years, 16 years, 14, 17, and 18. Then find the following. First one, age of the youngest and the oldest player. Youngest and the oldest player. And second question, mean age of the players. So for first problem, they are asking just go through with the given information. Given data is about the age. So all those numbers are in years. 16 years, 16 years, 16 years, 14, 17, 18. Total 6 members are there. 6 players are there and their ages. Number of observations are 6. And all these are the observations. So they only listed the observations. So we can able to find out some of those observations. Mean age will get by sum of observations by number of observations. That's all. But first question, age of the youngest and the oldest player they are asking. Youngest player means what is the least value, and oldest player means who is highest, who is having greater age. Here 18 is the elder age and 14 is the younger age. So oldest or eldest also they may give. So for first problem, age of the youngest player equal to 14 years and oldest or eldest, no problem. Oldest player is equal to 18 years. Okay. Now coming to the second problem. Mean age is equal to, mean age of the players is equal to sum of the ages of players by number of players. So whatever information they are giving, so sum of observations by number of observations also, if you are writing, no problem. Sum of the ages is nothing but how much is there? 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 14 plus 17 plus 18. So totally 6 players are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number of observations is equal to 6. 16 3s are 48. And 14 plus 17, 20, 31 plus 18, 17, 2 plus 3, 5 plus 4, 9, 97 we got. So 97 by 6. What will get? 6 1s are 6, 37, 6 6 are 36, 10, 6 1s are 6, 40, 6 8s are 40. Okay, sorry. 6 7s are 42, 6 6s are 36, like that we will get, means approximately 16.16 like that. 16.1666 we are getting, so just take like that. Sorry, it is years, age. Okay, that means 16 years approximately. After the point only one is there, so take its nearest value, 16 years enough. Okay, means after the point, if you are having 1 to 4 digits, take that number itself. If 5 are more than 5 you are getting after the point, then go take the another number. Means 16, after 16 you get 17. For suppose 16.76 we are getting, for suppose. In that case, go to approximate value as 17. Okay. Now observe what are the properties of mean. Just whatever value you got, that one 16.16, let us take like that only. It is lying between minimum value is 14 years and maximum age is 18 years. Between 14 and 18, we are getting one of the value 16, yes or no? Means it is mean, whatever mean we are getting for the data, that is lies between minimum and maximum observations. So here these observations are regarding to age, we are talking about age, that's all. But always mean lies between greater and smaller observations. Means for suppose you have the greater observation 21 and least observation as 7 for suppose. Means that whatever mean you are getting, that is in between 70 to 21, not lesser than 7, 6, 5 you will not get as mean, and not more than 21, that means 22, 23 like that you won't get it now. So always mean lies between smaller and greater observations. That is first property. And secondly, if you are changing each observation by any value, so suppose I am increasing each observation. So for that we will see next example. From this, remember that. Okay, after that we will write the points, properties of mean. So with this example, it is very clear that mean is always lying between greater and smaller observations. So that is first property. Now coming to the next example, for this question only we will see. So we got otherwise take other example. Simple numbers we will take. For suppose I am giving the data like this. Find arithmetic mean of 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, so mean is given by sum of the observations by number of observations. Here sum of the observations 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 5, 12, 12 plus 6, 18, 18 plus 2, 20, 20 plus 10, 30, 30 by number of observations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is equal to 6 by the 30. Now, mean of this observations we got 5. Just observe here, least value is 2, highest value is 10. So 5 is in between 2 and 10. That is first property. And coming to the second, if I am changing each observation by 2, means it is increased by 2. Each observation is increased by 2. If each observation is increased by 2, then how the mean is going to change, we will see. Observation is increased by 2. Then how these new observations will come? New observations are 3 plus 2, 5, 4 plus 2, 6, 5 plus 2, 7, 6 plus 2, 8, 2 plus 2, 4, 10 plus 2, 12. Then find out the mean of these observations, new set. So here I am taking x1 bar equal to, only for separation, differentiation I am taking x1 bar. What will get sum of the observations? So 2, 6 are 12 will increase, that means 42 will get, just observe. 5 plus 6, 11, 11 plus 7, 18, 18 plus 8, 26, 26 plus 4, 30, 30 plus 12, 42. 42 by number of observations are 6 only. Now, what will get the answer? 6 ones are 6 sevens are 7 we got. 7, how we got, just observe x1 bar equal to 5 plus 2. 7. Why I am writing 5 plus 2? Originally we have 5 as the mean, and how much it is increased? Only by 2. Means, remember this, whenever each observation of the data increased by some value, mean also increases by the same value. This is one of the properties. Each entry of the data increases by a certain number, then mean also increases by that number itself. For suppose I am giving mean of some data as a 10, and if each observation of data increased by 3, then what will be the mean of new data? Mean also increased by the same number, that means 10 plus 3, which is nothing but 13, will be the mean of new data. Same thing, if you are performing subtraction, then also with that number only you will get the you need to subtract the mean also. See, for suppose now, if each observation is decreased by 1, then the new observations are 3 minus 1, 2, 4 minus 1, 3, 5 minus 1, 4, 6 minus 1, 5, 2 minus 1, 1, 10 minus 1, 9. Now what will be the sum of the observations? 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 4, 5 plus 5, 10, 10 plus 5, 15, 15 plus 9, 24 will get. So x2 bar will be equal to 24 by 6. 6 ones are 6 fours are, which is equal to 4. 4 is nothing but x2 bar equal to 5 minus 1. Means original mean is 5. After doing some changes for each and every observation, that much change only we are getting in the mean also. 5 minus 1 equal to 4. When 1 I am decreasing from each observation, then I am getting the mean also decreased by 1 only. Just observe, original mean is 5. And for this change data I got 4, and that change is occurred decrement by 1. Here also mean also decreased by 1. Similarly, if you are multiplying each observation, see, not only single observation, every observation, each observation by particular number, mean also multiplied by that number itself. For division also. Okay, all those four mathematical operations are possible for this condition. So now observe, first condition is if mean always lying between greater and smaller observations of the particular datum. And secondly, if each observation increased by a certain number, mean also increased by that number itself. If each observation of the data is decreased by a certain number, mean also decreased by the same number. If each observation of the data is multiplied by a certain number, then mean also multiplied by same number. Like that only for division also. Okay, so these are the four properties of mean, and always mean deals with numbers only, means it is applicable for only numerical data, and it is depends both on sum of the value of each observation by number of observations. Just observe, when values are changing, mean also changes, or not? Means, and depending on number of observations also. If you are changing the number of observations, then mean also will be differently you will get. Okay, so all these are the properties of mean. Mean always lies between highest and lowest observations of the data. And secondly, if each observation of the data increased by a certain number, then the data also, then the mean also increases by the same number. Increases or decreases. Increased or decreased. So here increases or decreases. If each observation of the data multiplied or divided by a certain number, then the mean also multiplied or divided by the same number. That's all. Now just see some examples on these properties. So directly we will see. A data of 10 observations has a minimum value. 10 observations has a minimum value 15 and maximum value 25. What is the mean of the data? So here they are given. First option as 12. Second option is 15. Third option is 21. Fourth option is 27. Okay, now observe the question carefully. Here they have not given what are those 10 observations. If they have listed 10 observations, we can easily find sum of the observations by number of observations. By taking so, we can find out. But here they have mentioned minimum observation is 15, maximum observation is 25. So we have the property always mean lies between minimum and maximum observations, means whatever value is there that is in between 15 to 25 mean of those observations. So here 12 is lesser than 15. 15 is equal to 15. Minimum observation is 15. So it is equal. Equality also we will not take. Between values means more than 15, lesser than 25 we must take. And 21 is in between 15 and 21. The 27, it is more than 25. So correct option is C. So 21 is in between 15 and 25. That's why 21 is the expected mean of the given 10 observations. Now next question like that only given. Observations of a data are 23, 45, 33, 21, 48, 30, 34, 36 and 35. Without actual calculation, find the mean of the data. So here options are given. A as 20, B as 35, C as 48, and D is 50. Okay, just observe here what is the lowest here number of observations given, so that we can find it by actual method also. But without actual calculations, we need to choose the correct answer. Now observe here what is the least observation, find out from the given observations. 23, 45, 33, 21, 48, 30, 34, 36, 35 given. So 20 is the least value, that means 21 is the lowest observation and highest observation is 48. 21 is the least one and 48 is the highest observation. Okay, now observe the options. 20 is lesser than 21. whatever value is there in between 21 and 48 we must say. It means more than 21, lesser than 48. 35. 35 is in between both of these values. So 35 is lying between more than 21, lesser than 48. So mean of this data will be 35. Go through with third option 48. 48 is equal to 48. So it is not a mean. 50 is more than 48. So that is also not a mean. 35 is the required value for the mean. Okay. In this example, directly they are given minimum and maximum observations, and here they have listed the observation. We need to decide which one is minimum observation and which is the maximum. Now coming to the another example.